If your trousers fit, but you still look heavier than you are, it's not your body, it's the cut. You put on a pair of trousers this morning, they fit. The size is right, you've worn them before, and you looked in the mirror and felt like you looked really heavy. And you know you're not that heavy. And then you took them off and you put on another pair of trousers and you felt completely fine and you liked the way your body looked. It's your body 20 seconds apart and you feel completely different in both pairs of trousers. And that is not your body changing. That is the cut of the trousers and what they are specifically doing to your body shape. And once I show you what it is, you will never stand in a changing room confused about this again. I'm Vaibhavi Ravi, personal stylist for women 35 and up. Stay with me. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which trouser cuts are making you look heavier than you need to and what to reach for instead. And before I get into the specifics, I want to say something very clearly. When a pair of trousers makes you look heavier than you are, the instinct is to blame yourself, to blame your body, think you're the problem, that you need to lose weight or you need to have a different size body. And that's really not the truth. None of that is true. What's actually happening is that the shape of the trouser, its width, where it sits on your waist, and how much fabric it adds from your hip to the floor is working against the shape of your body. It's adding volume where your body already has it. And it's drawing the eye to the widest part of you. And it's doing the opposite of what you need it to do. The same woman in a different cut of trousers, same size, same day, same body, can look 10 pounds lighter, not because anything changed, but because the cut is following her body instead of fighting it. I see this every single week with clients. A woman comes in convinced that she needs to lose weight before she can dress well. And we go through her wardrobe and we find 2 or 3 cuts that really work for her body. And she puts them on and she immediately looks like the version of herself she has been trying to get to. Nothing changed except the cut. So if you have been standing in changing rooms feeling like your body is the problem, it's almost certainly not. It's the cut. And that is something we can fix. If this is useful, subscribe. Every week, I go into specifics about personal styling, color, and getting dressed. It's always practical, always aimed at women who are done with vague advice. And let me walk you through the cuts that tend to add visual weight on certain body types and exactly why they do. These are not universally wrong cuts. They work beautifully on some bodies and work against others. Wide leg trousers. A wide leg trouser adds fabric volume around the hip all the way down to the floor. And on a narrow hip with a longer leg, that volume is balanced against the frame. And the trouser looks extraordinary. On a fuller hip and thigh, that same volume adds to what's already there. And the eye reads the extra fabric as extra body weight. The trouser fits, but it's working against the body rather than with it. The wider the leg opening, the more this is amplified. A slightly wide leg can look relaxed and easy on many body types. A very wide leg on a fuller hip can make the lower half of the body look extremely heavy. And this is why you see something in a magazine and it looks nothing like that on you. Different body, different results. A high-waisted trouser with fabric at the hip, a high-waisted trouser sounds like it should be flattering. And for many women, it is. But a high-waisted trouser that has a lot of fabric gathered at the hip, pleats, wide waistband, generous cut through the seat adds bulk directly to the widest part of the lower body. And if you already have fuller hips, this doubles down on it. A flat front, higher waisted trouser with no pleats, clean through the hips, makes the hips look better and makes it look more flattering. Same waist, same height, completely different results. Palazzo trousers or culottes. A palazzo trouser is maximum fabric, maximum volume. For a petite woman or a woman with fuller lower half, A palazzo makes the legs disappear into a wall of fabric, and that whole lower body reads as wide shape. A culotte, which ends at the calf, creates a horizontal line at the widest part of the calf on most women, and that line stops the eye exactly where you don't want it to be. Trousers that sit too low. A trouser that sits below the natural waistline on a hip removes the narrowest part of your body from the picture entirely. It starts at the widest point in your body. There is no waist definition. And if you have fullness through the lower abdomen, a low-rise trouser pushes the fabric forward instead of a mid or a high-rise that contains the fullness of your lower abdomen cleanly and immediately creates a more defined and elegant silhouette. Now, what to reach for instead? Instead of a wide leg, straight leg. A straight leg trouser follows the line of the leg without adding to it. It does not cling, it's not too tight, it simply doesn't add extra fabric. For a woman whose body carries volume through the thigh and the hips, a straight leg often creates a significantly leaner silhouette. It's not a universal rule, but it is a cut that works across a wider range of body types than most. Instead of a pleated high waist, try a flat front. A flat front trouser with no pleating, no gathering at the hips sits cleanly through the seat and the thigh. And when you're shopping, run your hand across the front of the trouser at the hip. If you feel gathering or pleating, put it back. If it's flat, try it. Instead of a palazzo or a culotte, tailored crop or full-length straight pants work better. A tailored crop trouser ends just above the ankle and shows the narrowest part of the leg. Showing the narrowest part makes everything above it read leaner. A full-length straight trouser that grazes the top of the shoe elongates the whole leg. Instead of a low rise, try a mid or high rise and bring the waistband up to at least a natural waist just above it. This contains any of the lower abdominal softness cleanly, and it shows that you have a waist, which creates a defined shape that the eye can follow rather than one continuous wide line from your chest to your hip. Now, I want to go one level deeper because there are details about how trousers sit on different bodies that general advice never covers. The length of your leg relative to the trouser length. A straight leg trouser that is slightly too long for your height will pull at the ankle, and that pulling creates a horizontal line that makes the leg read shorter and wider. The same trouser hemmed correctly creates a clean ankle and a completely different line. Most women are wearing trousers that are slightly too long for their height without knowing it, and it's making them look heavier. Thigh width and rise. A trouser that fits on your waist but pulls on your thigh is creating horizontal tension lines across the widest part of your leg. Those lines draw the eye directly there, and if a trouser fits your waist but pulls at your thighs, it's wrong cut for your body, not the wrong size. You need a trouser with more room through the thigh, not a larger waist. Knock knees. If your knees turn inward slightly, which is extremely common, nobody talks about a very straight or tapered trouser hem can actually accentuate that. A slightly wider hem or a straight leg with a little ease sits better and reads cleaner. This is the kind of detail that a general guide will never tell you because it requires looking at the specifics of your body, your leg, your torso. This is where I have to be honest with you about something. What I've just given you are the principles, the cuts that tend to add weight on certain body types and the ones that tend to reduce it. Now, these will make you a much more informed shopper immediately, but your body is very specific. You have your own unique thigh width, your own rise, your own leg length, your own hip shape, and the trouser that is generally described as flattering may still not be right for you because of something particular to your body that a general video cannot account for. Most women I work with have tried the supposedly flattering cuts, and still had something feel slightly wrong. Because the right cut for your body is more specific than any general rule. And here is exactly what to check the next time you are trying on trousers. First, stand back from the mirror, 6 feet if you can. Look at the overall shape of from the waist down. Is the fabric adding width or following your body? If the leg is wider than your hip at any point, it's adding. If it follows and skims, it's working. Second, check the thigh. Put your hand flat against the outer thigh. Is there any room between your leg and the fabric, or is the fabric pulling? If it's pulling, this trouser will always make your thigh look wider than it is, not the size, not the cut. Third, look at the hem. Where does it end on your leg? Is it cutting across the widest part of your calf or pooling on the floor, or does it cleanly end at the ankle, showing the narrowest part of your leg? Clean hem, narrow point, that is what you want. 3 checks, 30 seconds. They will tell you more about whether a trouser will work for you than any amount of hoping it will look better at home will. Save this video for your next shopping trip. Which of these 3 checks have you never done before? Tell me in the comments. And also tell me any issues you have with finding trousers that fit. Subscribe next week. I'm going to go over necklines, specifically ones that make larger busts look bigger than they are and smaller busts look smaller than they are, and what to wear instead, giving you the specifics of what to look for to flatter your body. Subscribe so you do not miss it. And if you want to go past the principles and actually understand your specific body, that is what my silhouette and proportion session is. We spend 90 minutes together. I look at your body, specifically your shoulders, your bust, your waist, your hips, your arms, your legs, whatever is particular to you. Wider thighs, broader shoulders, larger upper arms, fuller bust, knock knees, a shorter torso, all of it. And I show you which cuts work with your body and which ones are working against you. You know exactly why by the end of the session. Then we go through your wardrobe, the pieces you always reach for and why they work, the pieces that you never reach for, and what the cut is doing well and what is not. And I tell you specifically what to look for when you shop. So you stop buying things that feel almost right and you start buying things that you know will work for your body and will flatter your body. It's a single session, 90 minutes, Radiance silhouette and proportion. The link is in the description below. Women leave that session and the confusion goes away. They understand their wardrobe. They know what to buy. They know what to leave on the rack. Getting dressed stops feeling like a problem they cannot solve. I will see you next week.